Hi everyone, my name is Roger. Roger's Wine and Adventures. And in Roger's Wine and Adventures, I cover all sorts of topics because that's my world. And I hope this is yours too, and we can reach you out. So today, I am going to be speaking to Darren Brooks, who is a life coach, who's writing a book at the moment. And the book is about how to change your dreams into goal. So without further ado, let's go. So Darren, over to you.
Hi Roger, how are you doing? You okay?
I am good, thank you very much. Yes. So I believe you're writing a book at the moment. Okay.
Yeah, I used this time in lockdown, at the beginning of the lockdown, the clients within 5 days, all my clients cancelled. So it really freed up some space. And one of my dreams from a very young age was that I've always wanted to write a book. The book that I've wanted to write has changed as the years gone on, but this particular book has been running around in my head for 2 years. I hadn't put pen to paper, so I signed on with a writing coach who really gave me the tools to get the book out of my head, put it down onto pen and paper, and really sort of bring that dream to life.
No, but that's fantastic. So that's a good tip actually. So what you've done really is took the opportunity to use the lockdown, and rather than, I mean, it's not easy. I get it. Yeah, that's no problem because I had to do similar things as well. I had to change my routine. I got a video on that about your routine. So myself, but yes, it's how can we use this time that we've been given in a way,
yeah,
to do something productive. Okay,
definitely.
we've been given this time. We may not like it. I don't like it personally. I don't. However, I would say, yes, it's an opportunity to use your time for yourself. Not always easy. I'm not going to pretend, guys. I'm not going to pretend it's easy. Yes. And then out there, people who are watching us, new viewers or existing subscribers, please comment below. Tell us how you use your time during lockdown, because we are still in partial lockdown in different parts of the countries here in the UK, and it might be the same in other countries. So please tell us down below how you use your time during lockdown. It'd be interesting to know your views. Okay, so dreams to goals. That's what you do. How to change dreams into goals. Okay, and that's your book. So, and then you're also a life coach. So you know what? Give us an insight about your books and perhaps an insight about the job you do. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course, Roger. Yeah, so I work with clients to turn their dreams into goals, whatever they may be. It can vary from different clients. Some can be to be more productive. What I've worked with clients really in the well-being aspect, but also I'm working on productivity and maximising the potential. But my main goal this year was to help clients to turn their dreams into goals, taking those childhood dreams or those early adult dreams. And it can seem quite overwhelming when you've got this dream at the beginning, but once you actually start breaking that down, it becomes a lot easier than you think it is, and you start seeing the progress. So if you take your dream and break that down into, for an example, 5-year goals.
Yes.
Then take the 5-year goals, break it down into yearly, monthly, weekly, until you're doing daily, until you're actually doing something each day that's going to take you one step closer towards that dream, whatever that may be for you. And I think now, with the lockdown and with how things have been this year, I think now is a perfect time, better time than any, to really decide what you want to do with your life and to start breaking that down and turning that into manageable goals. Because I think, unfortunately, people have been made redundant, people are on furlough, so people have got that time on their hands. And exactly as you said, Roger, it's not easy, but if you focus on the doors that are open rather than the doors that are closed,
oh, I like that.
You'll start finding you're getting a lot out of your time each day.
Oh, I do love what you just said. Focus on the doors that are open and forget about the doors that are closed.
Yeah, you can't, the doors that are closed a lot of the time are out of our own hands. We can't do anything about them because it's completely out of our hands. We haven't got the power to do anything. So it's focusing on what you can do rather than what you can't. A lot of people tend to focus on what's gone and what we can't do anything about, where let's look at what we can do something about, and let's sort of really work towards changing that.
But you know what, that quote you just mentioned, I don't know if it is a quote of yours or that just came out, but that could become your quote. Focus on the doors that are open. I think that's really good. I think that could become, in my view, one of your catchphrases.
Yeah.
I think that could definitely become one of your catchphrases. Yeah. And then because focus on the door that has open. Yeah. And then you can picture.
Yeah. And there's always doors open, Roger. There's always new doors opening each time. Every time a door closes, another one opens somewhere. But if we're concentrating on that door that's closed, we're not seeing these ones that are opening. We're not seeing these new opportunities that are there. And you know, during this lockdown and the whole COVID thing, there's still opportunities there. It might mean that we've got to look a bit harder than we did before, but they are still there. There are people in our connections that can help us in some way or another. There are opportunities to pursue something else out there. Like I say, my business, within 5 days, all my clients cancelled. Luckily, it's picking back up now. But I thought, right, I've got this time on my hands. I've always wanted to write this book. So in a way, I've asked for this time. Now's the time to write this book. So I signed on with a writing coach. I was picking up some shifts at a probation hostel that were paying me bills, and I really focused on writing the book. And I'm on chapter 9 now, so I've got one more chapter to do, and then self-publishing it and getting it out there really. And in the meantime, the clients have started coming back, so I could have sort of really focused on the clients I've lost in that time, but I didn't. I thought, what can I do with my time? So a real suggestion to people would be to think about what you've always done and look at what you've always wanted to do with your life and think, can I do that now? Can I be taking steps towards that? You know, in some cases that may not be the case, but I always think that there's always something you can be doing each day that's going to take you one step closer to your dream.
Yes, and that's a good point you're making. And I did a video as well when I explained about public speaking, and that was one of my dreams to achieve, to be able to do public speaking. And there is still plenty to do in that field, plenty to do. But about 10 years ago, I used to say, oh, I can't speak. If a group is bigger than 10 people, that's it, I'm lost. I can speak in front of a group, let's say 10 people or less, and even less than 10 people. And then really, so by saying that, I was actually putting barriers. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
But now I've changed my narrative. I've changed the way I think in that respect. So rather than saying, oh, above 10 people, I can't speak to anybody. Oh, it's too much. Well, I mean, if I can speak to 10 people, then I can speak to 12. Surely it's manageable. It's a manageable goal. Yeah. So and then when you speak to 12 people, then you start to realize, hang on a minute, I'm on 12 people, but surely 14 is not much more than 12, is it? And then you start growing step by step.
Definitely, yeah.
And so the most I've spoken in front to is 120 people, and then probably 80 through the Speak Up Challenge. But I'm sure I can, and I can go further than that. But I'm not saying that to blow my trumpet. I think that's what you're saying.
No, of course, yeah.
No, it's a way to. I think you're right. If you're breaking down into manageable goals, then it becomes more possible. Because from 8 people, let's say, and then suddenly I had to speak in for 500, the brain, I don't think, would have taken it. But now I know I've done it in front of 120 people. But surely, I'm sure I can do the same in front of 150. Yeah. Then it becomes manageable, and then you can apply this kind of technique for all sorts of goals you have in your life. It doesn't have to be public speaking.
No, to anything. Yeah, to anything you want to do. And I think a lot of the time, these limiting beliefs that we've got, as you just said there, Roger, with the public speaking, we pick these beliefs up along the way from well-meaning people, from friends, family members, or from our own experiences. And, you know, the possibilities we can do are limitless, yet we're conditioned to believe that we can't, that we can only achieve this, we can only achieve that, where exactly as you just said there, well, if I can speak to 12 people, I can speak to 18 people, I can speak to 20, and the more you broaden that horizon and push yourself out of that comfort zone, the easier, the more you push out of the comfort zone, the comfier it becomes, and it becomes more comfortable, and then you speak in front of more people, you become more comfortable. It's like, I've never wrote a book before in my life, but once you start writing that first chapter, you got through that, the next one becomes easy, the next one becomes easier. And it's, it's not putting those limiting beliefs on ourselves that hold us back. It's looking past them and thinking, I can achieve whatever I put my mind to.
Yes, absolutely. So step by step, because I come across, like, well, when I come across, what I'm saying is, so rather than being overwhelmed by our big goals, then we can have what I call personally like a buffer zone. So, you know, people, well, because when we mention to people how to get or how to live at the edge of your comfort zone, and things like that, sometimes people, oh, right, I'm used to this, I'm used to that, I'm used to the other.
Yeah.
And then, but I think if we, and then most people would feel overwhelmed by that. So I think by having like a buffer zone, like, so let's say in the example of public speaking from 10 to 12, that's manageable. Yeah. It's only still a small group.
Definitely.
And then
definitely. So you've got this dream, Roger, that you want to speak in front of people. You want to face up to that. It's a real dream of yours. So you think, so taking that step by step, right, what I'll do this week is I'll speak in front of 2 people. And then the next week I'll speak in front of 4 people. In fact, you know, and
yeah,
so
absolutely, yeah.
Just taking a step each day, like with the book, what I did is like, right, okay, today I'm just going to write 10 pages. I'm just going to take 10 pages, which to me is 10 steps closer to my dream.
Yeah, absolutely. Because how many chapters have you got in your book?
10 chapters it is.
Okay, 10 chapters. Okay, so. Right, so we gave you the example of public speaking, but with regards to the books, for example, it's overwhelming to say, well, okay, I need to write a book about this. It's going to be 10 to 15 chapters. It's overwhelming. You're a very busy person all over, either with your family or with other things.
Yeah.
10 chapters, it looks enormous. Yeah. It really does, okay? However, as you said, you can write a chapter, and that must still be too much for one day. So in that chapter, you decide, as you just said, you write 10 pages.
Yeah.
And then you can even break that down, even perhaps further, and write maybe 1 page. Oh, I've done 1 page. Then surely if I've done 1, I can do 2.
Definitely.
And so on and so forth. Yeah, that's very interesting. Yeah. I like
sort of consistency will build confidence. So as you're consistently taking these steps, your confidence in it is growing. So as you're speaking in front of a couple more people, your confidence, as you're writing a few more pages, your confidence growing. So it's just that consistency to keep, like if you were to speak in, for example, in front of some people, say in January, and then you didn't do it again till December, you may be going to lose that. If I wrote a chapter at the beginning of the lockdown, and I didn't write another one till the end, you're kind of losing where you are. But if you're consistently just taking steps towards your main dream, turning it into those goals, it's surprising when you look back and like, wow, look what I've achieved in such a short space of time. From that big overwhelming goal that seemed virtually impossible to a dream that's been broken down to the point where it's like, wow, look what I've done in the last 4 months. I think my achievements is massive. And also congratulating yourself and giving yourself that pat on the back as you are achieving your goals, I think is really important. Rewarding yourself. That's funnily enough, that's a bit of the book I'm on at the moment. It's about celebrating those successes that you get, and not if you're focusing on the end goal all the time and not sort of celebrating the successes and the small successes, you can get burnt out by keeping going, but sort of staying in the moment and thinking, wow, actually, look what I've achieved this week. Look what I've achieved today.
Yeah, no, but that's excellent, actually. And then, so I've got, personally, I also have dreams about YouTube. I've got dreams about my French courses that I'm going to start very soon. And then, yes, if I don't break that into manageable goals, there is a good chance that it's going to start late rather than sooner, later than sooner. So, how to change dreams into goals? So the book, the title of your book is Dreams to Goals.
Yeah.
Right, excellent. And then, so I can imagine in your book, you are giving a lot of different examples about people who have achieved things
Yeah.
in their life that they haven't done before, they didn't think they could do, or things like that.
Yeah, you know, sort of highlighting some famous people who've overcome really tough times to go after their dreams. People who like clients that obviously haven't used the names, but that what they've come through. I've used a couple of my own sort of personal stories. Really, just stuff that people can relate to, and to give people that that encouragement to say, you know what, you can. To me, if a dream has popped in your head, it's popped in your head for a reason. It's popped in your head because you can bring that to life. Whether you act up on that is completely down to you. But it's popped into your head for a reason. It's never popped into my head that I can be a footballer like David Beckham, because I don't believe in any way, shape or form that I can. But it came to me at a young age that I wanted to write a book. A teacher at school told me that I needed to do something a little bit more realistic. A nice teacher, but it's those well-meaning people that can put these limiting beliefs on you. So it's taken me till now to really bring that to life. Now I've done that, I've already got the next book. I've already started writing notes for the next book. So it's
well, you get to write this book as well. What will be the next book about, if you know already?
The next book's about how you treat other people will be how you get the best out of yourself as well.
Oh, that would be interesting. So that would be like a series of self-development book, and then you'll have some personal, because I believe the power of stories are very, very good and powerful. So I think if you include some stories and personal stories in it, people will relate to that.
Yeah, I think you need those real life stories, because people can, like you say, can relate to, but they can also see that, you know what, that person's done it, so I can do it. I think a lot of people see successful people or see famous people and think, oh, it's all right for them because of this, that, and the other. But when you actually research some of those people, they've all overcome massive limiting beliefs or experiences in their life that have held them back. Yet they've started, they've believed, they've been clear at first on where they want to go, and then they believe that they can do it. And I think that belief in yourself is important. And to me, if it's come to you, you can do it. And if you can see somebody else doing it, you can do it. It's as simple as that.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. Yeah. I know, absolutely. So I really do like the when your catchphrase, focus on the door that are open. Yeah, and that needs to become yours, in my opinion. Yeah, and then you said something else very interesting as well. But yeah, so how to change dreams into goals? So in 2 or 3 words, how would you summarize that for people out there to encourage them to, let's say, push their comfort zone? And so anyway, it's about comfort zone. It's about achieving your goals, big or small.
I think the most important thing first is be really clear on exactly what you want and where you want to go. Be perfectly clear on what that dream is. What does it look like? What does it smell like? What does it feel like? Be completely clear on, like focusing on, if it's a public speaking, focusing on standing on that stage in front of those people, visualizing exactly what that looks like to you. I think that's the starting point for anybody. Take your dream and really visualize what does that look like to you, because when you've got a clear picture of where you want to go, you'll start subconsciously moving towards that goal.
Right, yeah, absolutely. So visualization.
Yeah, visualizations I think is massive.
Okay.
Great tool.
Yeah, visualization. Actually, you can visualize you already there. Visualize, if it's about YouTube, visualize you have 100,000 subscribers. If it's public speaking, visualize then you speak in front of 500 people at some point in your life. If it's about writing books, visualize that your book is going to be on the shelves or Waterstones.
Yeah, and then make a start. Make a start. What can I do today that's going to get me a step closer to that tomorrow? So, you know, if somebody wants to set up a business, start researching how you go about that. Start speaking to people who are in business. You know, if it's write a book, sign on a book writing course, start writing the book. You know, if it's public speaking, find out where you can go and public speak. Whatever you can do, make a start, because I think a lot of people will have this dream, and they're waiting for that perfect moment or this right time. And that perfect moment or right time will never come. That perfect moment or right time is now.
Yeah, okay, so that's fantastic. So focus on the door that are open. Do little thing every day that are going to move you towards that goals. And now is the right time.
Yeah.
And then,
start today. What can I do today?
What can I do today? So guys, again, out there, please put any comments down below. Hit that little button. Don't forget to subscribe so you get notifications of new videos. So be sure you do that. And we'll see you in the next video. And thank you, Darren.
Thanks, Roger. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.